I came across the work of Dr. Sophia Yen, who is a physician in California, and she runs a private company called Pandia Health that provides birth control through the mail, hormonal birth control. And Sophia coined this hashtag, hashtag periods optional, although the concept is not invented by her, but she kind of popularized it with this hashtag. And she is a big advocate for, if it's appropriate and safe for you, taking continuous hormonal contraception to completely suppress your periods, basically forever or until such time as you decide you want to try and have a baby. She argues that actually, not only is menstruation, inconvenient, messy, unpleasant, but is actually almost a disability for women, because she argues that the anemia it can sometimes cause can inhibit your physical and academic cognitive performance. She argues that it puts women at a disadvantage to men in schools and in the workplace and university, just competitively, generally in life. And, she says for her own daughters, if they can suppress their periods, she absolutely would encourage them to do so as soon as, they're of a safe age to do that. And she's right in the sense that when the oral contraceptive pill was first developed, this sort of pill period that women were told they had to have in between packs is actually not physiologically necessary. It was kind of invented actually to appease the Pope, because it was thought that Catholic women and religious women around the world and kind of the church in general would not approve of something that didn't at least mimic the so-called natural cycle of femininity. So even now, to this day, many of us are kind of laboring under the misapprehension that we need to have this monthly bleed in between pill packs. Now, we know, and in fact, OB/GYN associations in America and the UK have both made statements to the effect that this is actually not necessary.
I actually find that depending on the kind of contraception women are on, they feel better because they're not getting that hormone drop during that break. So they're getting fewer headaches and fewer other symptoms.
Yeah, that may well be the case. And of course, there are forms of continuous, hormonal contraception, such as the coil, the intrauterine device, or the implant that goes in your arm that do give you a continuous source of hormone. But on the other side of this argument, I bring in a woman called Sarah Hill, who is a researcher in Texas. And she does lots of really interesting work on the cognitive effects of hormonal contraception. And she's very, very concerned that not only are these hormones potentially changing our cognitive function, possibly our emotions, our libidos in ways we don't completely understand, but also that giving these hormones to younger women whose bodies and brains are still developing could potentially be problematic and storing up issues for the future. And Sarah Hill believes that this sort of anti-period attitude is inherently misogynistic. So two very strong-minded, very educated and informed women with diametrically opposing views. And I found this really, really interesting. And I've left it kind of intentionally vague in the book in terms of, which argument I kind of agree with. Because actually, for me, I'm not sure exactly where I stand. As somebody with problematic periods, the idea of never having one is really appealing to me. But at the same time, I know that I don't get on with a lot of synthetic hormones. I know a lot of those are not really an option for me because they affect my life adversely in other ways. And I haven't really found a solution still at the age of 46. I'm now perimenopausal, and I'm having to dip my toe back into the world of hormones for that reason. And I still can't find, a formulation that really agrees with me and that suits me. So it's a really complex issue, and I think it's a fascinating one to look at.